Okay. All right, guys, just to let you know, recording has started. So this session is now recorded. So guys, today let's do a mock interviews. Okay. I will understand the perspective in terms of your interview preparation. So, mm, Mamta, can you hear me? Am I audible, Mamta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mamta, how about we carry on with the interview process? I'll be the one who will be conducting interview, and you try to give the answers accordingly as per your understanding. Will that be fine with you?
Sure, sir. Yeah.
Take it. All right. So, Mamta, hi, this is Rohit. I'm the one who will be taking your interview. So I'm the product manager over here. And how about you tell me something about yourself?
Hi, myself Mamta, and I'm very grateful for such a wonderful opportunity. And as I done my graduation from Delhi University in 2013, and from more than 3 years, I'm working as a junior business analyst in CGM area company. Here, I'm responsible for client interaction, requirement gathering, pre-sales, post-sale documentation, and preparation of DRD, FRD. I also involved in high-level meetings with project managers, CTO, and developer teams. I also involved in sprint planning and sprint retrospective with the Scrum Master. And I also involved in daily Scrum meetings, which is going to help with the development and interested team. I also if I talk about like my further responsibilities, I do the requirement gathering from the client once we receive the RFPs, and after that, I also involved with the UX UI designer to make the wireframe prototyping of the application, which we receive from the client. And after that, I also involved in like I also make user stories on behalf of which we get the time estimation from the developer team as well as QA team. And on the basis of that user stories or that sprint is made, and developer do the task according to that. After the development part is once the development part is completed, I do the UAT testing, and at the end, I also responsible for the sprint demo session up to the client after completion of every sprint. And I also involved in client interaction. Like I also involved in if any change occur with the if any changes occur in between like every changes occur with the client during the sprint, then I also involved in that change and fulfill that requirement of the client. That's it.
Hmm. Okay. All right. So, Mamta, how many projects you are managing at this point of time?
At this time, I currently involved in two projects. One is HRMS and second one is e-commerce.
Okay. Explain me the project. HRMS. What is this product or project is all about?
HRMS projects is for one of my clients, which is involved in the vendor management system. For that, they involved in it's the project which includes each and every detail of the person who come with us. In this, there are total 13 modules, which involves just give me a moment.
So,
In this module, we have application tracking system, lead management system. There's a learning management modules and payroll, timesheets, fatigue, roster, and
okay. What is the most recent delivery that you've done with this project? or let's say
The most
recent sprint or epic?
Mhm. My most recent and ongoing trend is leave management system, in which like a person wants to apply for a leave so that he or she can get the leave approved with his or her manager or HR. That the current ongoing sprint, which is about to be completed.
So what was your role? How did you take the requirement? What sort of roles and responsibilities that you have done in leave management? What were the business logic and user logic that you have applied?
But basically, in leave management system, there is a particular module in which is if a employee wants to apply the leave, so he or she can go and get the leave approved. In this module, my role is the designing of the management system and like
So how did you design, or what did you design?
actually the proper user interface of the leave management system. We designed that with the help of the wireframe with the Figma. And for that, I check in there every part. Like there are four business drivers which use the leave management system. One is the employee, second one is manager, third one is admin, and fourth one is HR. And for every business driver, there are different user interface according to their responsibilities. And in that leave management system, we have some modules like if a user want a paid leave, or he can apply for a casual leave or sick leave, and for he or she want one
Supposedly,
day leave.
supposedly, I'm just talking about the business logic. Supposedly, if manager is not available, if manager is on a long leave and employee has applied a paid leave, so who is going to approve that leave? I mean, you said that you have employee portal, manager portal, HR portal, and admin portal. So, so if an employee is applying a leave and manager is on holiday, long weekend, I'm sorry, a long leave. So how the business logic works and who is going to approve that leave? What is the logic behind this?
actually before Actually, before the leave application, we have a tracker in which a user like planned his or her leave. And in the absence of manager, HR has also the authority to approve the leave of the employee. So that the leave approval authority is both with the HR and the manager. In the absence of manager, HR will approve the leave.
Okay, so every project and every
Mhm.
employee who is dedicated to a particular project, if their manager is not available, so it will be the HR who is dedicated to that project will be approving the leave, not the second manager or not the manager's reporting manager. That's the logic you're saying.
Yeah, like there is also senior manager who is also there. You
Mm.
can approve the leave. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, these kind of questions would come. This is known as business
yeah,
logic and user
yeah, yeah.
logic. Okay. Okay. So, what sort of methodology that you are using in terms of software
Uh,
development lifecycle?
we are using agile methodology here.
So what's the difference between agile and waterfall?
Actually, waterfall is kind of like a fixed methodology in which if we do not complete the one module, we cannot do the second module. And in in the waterfall module, interaction of client is like minimum, and there's a fixed approach for that. But in agile, we divide the whole project into small kind of module, which also contains a module. Then sprints are there, and in this, the client interaction is ongoing. Like in every month, with the completion of the sprint, we do the demo to the client. And in this way, client and our interaction is going smoothly. And if any change occur in between, so we can fix that change very with minimum effort or very smoothly. So that's I think, the real advantage of agile methodology as compared to waterfall. So we prefer agile over there.
Supposedly you are following agile, all right? and there is back-to-back changes, back-to-back customization, back-to-back a comprehensive involvement of client. And now the company and the client wants you to move on to waterfall. So what are all the first steps that you will take from agile to waterfall?
Like for every for continuous change request from the client is not feasible for us. Firstly, we discuss with the development team like there is some kind of changes which is good for us then and some are which is bad for us. And if the client wants to go the waterfall module, then we firstly, we display the pros and cons of waterfall module to the client and try to uh, explain them what's the disadvantage of waterfalls. And if he doesn't agree with that, so I think the first step would be so I don't know the answer of this. So can you help me with this?
Because whenever from agile to waterfall we are going, in because waterfall is like a linear approach, and waterfall in agile it is more into the complex format. So we will cover all the documents, all the sprints in one document, in one sprint, and we will see what are all the deliveries that we have done and what are all pendings. For the pending one, we will collate each and every sprint epic that needs to be done in one document, and then we will do the complete requirement gathering again and again with the client till we do it completely. And then we start the design, development, testing, deployment.
So, like for change from agile to waterfall, we again have to do the requirement gathering and all the steps need to be followed, which
Because,
we do in
absolutely,
the
because
agile.
now we are going to take 100% requirement from the client side.
Okay.
Okay. So, I mean, we will collect each and every requirement, each and every document in one sprint or in one epic or in one milestone or in one delivery. And then we do the complete requirement gathering, maybe 1 week's time, 1 month's time, 1 quarter time. And once we do it, and then we start the design, development, testing, deployment with all the
So,
documentation.
this is like very time consuming. Did the client give us that much of time to do that? And if there
Yeah,
is
that's
something
why client
urgent,
is, this is the scenario, na? This is the exception. Client wants you to move on to the waterfall. So of course, client will cooperate. Getting my point, Mamta?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, Mamta, you said that you, as a business analyst, you are involved in two projects. So, what are all your daily roles and responsibilities that you perform on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, firstly, I log in into my system and I mark my attendance. After that, I have a Scrum meeting, which is daily of 15 minutes, in which we discuss daily tasks, how many stories we complete, and how much time it will take. Then I check if I get any particular mail which is urgent and that need my assistance, and if there is any meeting, I do homework for that meeting. I do my research on that, and I daily report to my reporting manager uh, how much work on the project is completed and how much time it will take and uh, what's going on, like it's going smoothly or if any challenges is faced during the sprint or in the project. And after that, I do you upload user stories or documentation in Jira, and if there is any pending task from tomorrow, I do work on that. I interact
All
with
right.
the project manager, CTOs.
And how do you do the requirement gathering?
So basically, there are different kind of techniques. Sometimes clients have already the requirements, already the review documents, and already the app which they want us to go through with that. And if the client it doesn't have any kind of document and any kind of artifacts with them, So in that case, we need different techniques according to the client. Sometimes we do interview, sometimes we do the questionnaire or workshop. Sometimes we do brainstorming. So, like sometimes the client is not clear about the requirement. In that cases, we try to fetch as much as detail from the from as we can from the client.
All right.
Uh,
And once you've done the definition of ready, definition done, once the sprint is ready for the delivery, then what are all the steps that you take?
Before the delivery of the sprint, I do UAT testing on my behalf, like how the
User acceptance
uh,
testing.
UAT testing before the sprint demo.
Yeah, user acceptance testing now. So
Mhm.
how you are doing UAT? It is supposed to be done by the client side.
No, sir, before the delivery of the sprint, we also do UAT on our side so that we doesn't want any if and but during the client uh,
No,
during
no.
the delivery
What?
of the sprint.
But Mamta, user acceptance testing is being done by the client. And when you are doing the testing, that is known as manual and automation testing. So how you are involved in
अरे
UAT?
UAT एक ये है ना कि हम यूएटी अपने बिहाफ पे भी करते हैं बिफोर द डिलीवरी ऑफ द स्प्रिंट.
So that Mamta, try to understand UAT and everyone try to understand UAT in such a way that UAT is being done by the client side. That is why it is known as user acceptance testing, which means client as a user will test it in order to give the approval, accept or reject whether they want to carry on or not. So that they'll find the bug. If there is any bug, then they'll report it and escalate it and will resolve it. Otherwise, it's a successful delivery. UAT means
सर
from our side,
यूएटी
it means that hmm,
सर जो लाइक हमारी क्वालिटी टीम भी टेस्टिंग करती होगी राइट मैनुअल ऑटोमेशन टेस्टिंग वो करती है सो दैट इज सफिशिएंट फ्रॉम आवर साइड एज अ बीए so on the basis of that we can deliver the sprint to the client. Is that sufficient or BA will perform any kind of testing on their behalf?
वो जो आप टेस्टिंग की बात कर रहे हो ममता, दैट इज नोन एज मैनुअल टेस्टिंग एंड ऑटोमेशन टेस्टिंग। और जो यूएटी की आप बात कर रहे हो उसको यूएटी नहीं बोलते, उसको हम स्प्रिंट डेमो बोलते हैं। Wherein in the production environment or pre-prod environment or stage environment, we are showing it to the client that Mr. Client or Miss Client, this is how this feature and its functionality or sprint works. And we are giving you 20 to 30, 40 username and password for stage environment or production environment so that you from your side will do the will do the testing from your side with these username. Okay.
So that is
हाँ
called
उसने वो
so
उधर ही
that
पूछ रहे हो क्या सब। हाँ जी।
so that is called sprint demo, right? And UAT is done by
हाँ, there
the
is a difference between
at their
UAT.
end.
So you say that you are involved in the UAT from the sprint demo part. Okay, and user acceptance testing is being done by the client side when you give username and passwords to the client. ठीक है ममता?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, ठीक है ममता, good to go. I have gone through with this and you have a good bit of understanding. थोड़ा सा और इसको stretch करेंगे।
Yes, percentage. Yes. नहीं ये तो मैंने प्रिपेयर ही नहीं करा तो जैसे कि नॉर्मल पढ़ रही थी तो वही बोला है अभी तो ढंग से कुछ किया ही नहीं मैंने.
सॉरी ममता।
तो ये तो मैंने विदाउट प्रिपरेशन ही मतलब करा है अभी तो
हाँ हाँ, आई
स्टार्ट
नो आई
करना
नो।
है प्रिपेयर करना.
ठीक है, ऑलराइट। प्रखर भाई, कैन यू हियर मी? प्रखर।
Yes, Rohit, yes. Hello, am I audible?
ऑलराइट, yes प्रखर भाई। So प्रखर भाई, how about you and I go through with interview process and I'll be the one taking the interview and you answer it according to your understanding. Good to go?
That will be currently my very first interview right now.
अच्छा ठीक है let's start. So hi Prakhar, how about you tell me something about yourself which is related to business analyst only, so please carry on.
Hi Rohit, this is Prakhar Raj Saxena. I'm working in OpMind since like 2 years, and as a business analyst, I was prior to business analyst, I was a associate business analyst and got promoted in a year to business analyst role. I assisted my colleagues and my senior business analyst in gathering requirements and all that. So currently, as a business analyst in an agile environment, I am looking in my team on the project of HRMS and e-commerce projects. So right now, I mean,
Mhm.
is it like
All right.
this introduction fine, or
Mhm.
should I exceed it? Like I should add more
It
points in
should
it.
be more extensive and more explanatory. Okay, how about you tell me what are all the documents that you prepare as a business analyst?
As a business analyst, the very first document that we prepare is BRD, which is like after the requirement gathering document, we prepare BRD, and based on that, we prepare FRD, BRD, and SRS, system requirement document. SRD, sorry.
Okay, so so you do BRD, FRD, and then you also do SRD or SRS.
Yeah,
What are all the contents that you mention in SRS?
SRS. We include the details about the purpose of the document, the scope of the document. Like for example, what is in scope and out scope of that particular software that we are making, and the overall description of the product, that like if it is a e-commerce project, that what is the product and all that, and as well as its functional requirements, like what the software actually does, and what are the non-functional requirements, like the security it has, the usability, etc.
Okay, ठीक है. Prakhar bhai, please make sure that you are in a process of either creating BRD, FRD, user stories, use cases, test cases, or you are in a process of creating SRS with user story and use cases. SRS, System Requirement Specification Document, is a complete document which includes functional, non-functional, and technical specifications. ठीक है, वो एक बहुत
Okay,
बड़ा डॉक्यूमेंट होता है.
so I
Usually
won't say
मैंने
SRS
जितना
then, buddy.
हाँ, but you say that as a business analyst, I have the understanding of BRD, FRD, pre-sales, post-sales documents, including user story, use cases, release notes, test cases, regression packs, ठीक है, alongside with FAQs and SOPs.
Okay. Also, Rohit bhai,
ठीक है.
I had this doubt that like in my Naukri profile, they asked the Naukri software asked that what industry I am in, right? So for making the profile, I said IT and consulting. But like if someone approaches, they might think that I am into IT and consulting. And if I'm applying for some other role, like which is in e-commerce or maybe in pre-sales or post-sales, then should I change that? Like,
नहीं नहीं, let it be IT, but include the proper skills in the skill category button, which
okay.
includes product, project, and process management.
Also, Rohit bhai, like maybe I should discuss this after the class. If you tell me, I
No, no,
can
no,
call you
you
later.
can right away.
I was like, I had this one another doubt that which industry should I choose to, like primary focus in. Like people are like, when there was an alumni meet you conducted like few weeks back, where
Mhm.
Aditya Bhai came in and he told that he chose in insurance industry and he like
हाँ,
wanted to go
देखो
into insurance.
उसमें तो I'll tell you one thing. अगर उसमें तो आदित्य का सीन ये था कि ही ओनली एंड ओनली वांटेड टू मूव इनटू द इंश्योरेंस डोमेन।
Yeah.
ठीक है, वो पहले से एंड ही गॉट इनटू इंश्योरेंस ओनली।
Hmm.
ठीक है, बट द वे आई एडवाइस यू, द वे आई want you to circulate is to circulate every domain, every location, every designation which is related to project and product management. ठीक है,
Okay. Hmm.
and you represent yourself as a conceptually understanding business analyst, that you have the fundamentals clear, basics clear as a business analyst. You know, as a business analyst you have all the understanding and knowledge of key roles and responsibilities of a business analyst. ठीक है, अब जैसे कि if I am to give interview to you, ठीक है, so this is how I would say. Hi, this is Rohit, and thank you for this opportunity. I'm really excited and thrilled about it. As a business analyst, I have approximately 3, 4, 5 years of experience. I am managing 5 projects over here. All are into US and Canada based, and we are into and practicing agile methodology. And for all the 4 projects, I'm involved as a business analyst. I started as an associate business analyst, and for the last 3 years, I'm working as a full-fledged business analyst and managing a team of developers, testers, designers, and release team with deployment team. As a business analyst from scratch to the delivery, I'm involved in this project. Initially, I have done the requirement gathering with the client side. Alongside with my product owner, I have created and I have been a active participant during project planning and product backlog creation and a refinement. And then we've created the sprint backlog. So we follow 2 to 4 weeks of sprint, depending on the complexity of the tickets and tasks and activities in the sprint. And then before the sprint starts, we do the sprint planning. And as per the project planning, we do the time estimation, resource allocation, task delegation, and ticket prioritization. Then we define the sprint goal, and then we carry on with the sprint. With every definition of ready tickets till definition of done, I am involved in updating the tickets and tasks and making sure that everyone is adhering as per the sprint goal and project goal. And then accordingly, we work on it. And as a business analyst, once the sprint is done, we collaborate three sprints or 6 sprints, because we are doing the delivery every quarter, every release basis. With every release, we are doing the sprint demo with the client, wherein, as per the sprint goal and acceptance criteria and successful behavior, we show it to the client in the pre-prod stage or production environment, wherein the client would be able to understand, as per the release note, this is the delivery that we are going to give them in the live environment. Then we provide the user IDs and passwords to the client so that they can perform the user acceptance testing. And then we call it as a successful delivery. As a business analyst, I'm for the documentation part, I'm pretty much thorough, wherein for the pre-sales document, initial BRD proposals, proposed documents, and revised business requirement document. And for the post-sales, I'm involved in the FRDs, functional requirement documents, user stories, use cases. We are also involved in the manual testing, for which we create the functional testing and regression testing, which is test cases and regression packs accordingly. And then I'm involved in the release notes creation alongside with the support and maintenance for the FAQs and SOPs, which is frequently asked questions document and standard operating procedure documents. So these are the documents that I prepare, and I am an active participant in terms of client interaction, wherein I do it during the time of requirement gathering, during the time of escalation or any changes or any hot fix or high priority tickets, and of course the sprint demo before the UAT. So as a business analyst, I have the complete understanding of agile methodology. And for one project, I've also followed waterfall methodology. So I'm quite okay in terms of agile and waterfall, both the methodologies. And as a product, we have HRMS, e-commerce, and BFSI, and our industry that is into healthcare industry, which means that our clients they are the group of hospitals, and for them we have 13 modules of suite that we provide to the client as per the requirement. Recently, I have completed infection management system and fatigue management system, which is directly synchronized with the roster, shift scheduling, and payroll management system. So the and currently I am involved in the hospital management system, which is SaaS-based services that we are going to provide to the client as an enhancement. So this is a glimpse about a business analyst as a business analyst that I'm performing. ठीक है प्रखर
हम्म,
भाई.
जी भाई, काफी प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा अभी फिर तो मुझे।
हाँ हाँ. मतलब
थैंक यू।
I am saying that it should be elaborative and descriptive in such a way that other person will know. मतलब इतना भी नहीं कि आप बहुत ज्यादा टेक्निकल. अब मैंने द वे आई गिव द स्पीच, आई मेक श्योर कि मैं उसमें ज्यादा टेक्निकल नहीं जाता. I don't go
या वही मैं।
beyond technical side because otherwise the complete interview would be routed from functional to technical side, which would be a little bit tricky if you're not technically strong. मैं खुद भी उतना technically strong नहीं हूँ, तो this is how I control the interview.
हम्म।
ठीक है प्रखर and all.
यस भाई, नोटेड।
ठीक है. All right. uh ठीक है. Ankita, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hello? Am I audible, sir?
एक मिनट. हाँ जी.
Yes, sir.
So Ankita, the same process and drill. So I'll be the one who will be taking the interview, and you can answer it according to your understanding. So, all right. So Ankita, how about you tell me something about yourself?
So, hi, my name is Ankita Gusai, and I have done my education from Noida only, and currently I'm working in XYZ Technologies as a business analyst from the past 2 years. And my major role as a BA is to bridge the gap between the business needs and the IT solutions. And I focus on understanding business requirements, analyzing the data, and ensuring that the solutions are provided to them. And I work closely with the stakeholders, project managers, and development team. And my role involves continuous and communication between the different departments, and I regularly work with the product managers, developers, and quality assurance teams to ensure that we are on the right track to deliver solutions that are both feasible and aligned with the business goals. And I am quite proficient in tools also, and I also apply agile methodologies. सारा अभी ना preparation नहीं है मेरी, and my work is
Any
usually to
question?
gather the
Carry on.
requirement, prepare BRDs, FRDs, and do the wireframings, like a little bit of wireframing. I know how to do it, making backlogs in Jira and data mining with the help of like some SQL types. And data visualization in Power BI, I'm also good with that also, and do process mapping, stock, Moscow prioritization techniques and sort analysis, etc. मैं ज्यादा
ठीक है.
टेक्निकल थी नहीं.
No, no issue, no issue, no issue. Carry on, carry on. So, Ankita, your company, is it into product based or is it service based company?
Sir, my company is product-based company, sir.
Product based. So what's your product?
Product, sir, I have worked like for two like e-commerce project. सर यहाँ पे क्या बोलना है मतलब मुझे अभी
Our product that is into जो मैंने अभी 5 मिनट पहले जो मैंने अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दिया उसमें वो जो बोला our product is into HRMS, e-commerce and BFSI,
मैं
and
भी
we are
HRM में सर ई-कॉमर्स ही
following the
लूंगा
healthcare industry. हाँ, अगर if you say e-commerce, so please explain me your product now. E-commerce product. What does it do?
ओके सर अभी तो प्रिपरेशन नहीं करी ई-कॉमर्स प्रोडक्ट की कल
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है all right. So how do you I mean as a business analyst what is your understanding in terms of difference between user story, use case and test case?
So, sir, a user story is basically something which is done from the perspective form of the user, and it is usually do in the agile process. A user story is, in agile is a short descriptive of software features from the perspective of the end user, and its format is usually like as a type of user. I want something a goal and so that a reason to be done like we have to identify the stakeholders from whose perspective we are giving the user story.
Then what's a use case?
A use case is the slightly use case is a generally a documented like use case contains a lot of information and it's created from the uh, uh, use case मेरे को भी याद नहीं आ रहा sorry.
Okay, what about test case?
टेस्ट केस भी नहीं पाता सर अभी याद नहीं आ रहा मुझे
Not an issue, not an issue. Anybody else who would like to give us their insight in terms of difference between user story, use case, and test case, which I have explained previously? Anji, Varsha, Chandranshu, Sai, Mamta, Prakhar, Lakan, Ajit, Mohit, anyone, Nikhil, Tejas, Tyagi, Praveen, anyone who would like to let us know, let me
Let
know.
me,
User
Tejas
story,
this
use case, and test case.
hello. So Tejas this time. Hello.
Tejas, bhai, please.
So let me try. So sir, as per my understanding, like use case is a document where we elaborate like how function will react, and for user story where we explain how user will interact with the system. And for the test case, like where we are assuring like how the function is meeting with the
I'm
client.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. Once again, once again. Once again, Tejas bhai, please. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Tejas bhai, I can't hear you.
So, sir, I told like for the use case here we explain like how the function will be follow the follow them how the function will react like and if there is any precondition any condition like any alternate and like a general way as well. And for the user story, like how the user will interact with the system and the features also. And for the test case where we are assuring like how the function is, does it meeting with the client expectation or not?
Hey, Tejas, I don't know how you're coming up with this. Uh, it's a bit mixed up. It's not correct, Tejas bhai. Anybody else who would like to let us know the difference between user story, use case, and test case? Yes, guys. Take it. Let me explain it to you. Guys, user story is a document which we document and which we create from the perspective of a user, how a user will use this feature with the correct behavior and with our as per the acceptance criteria, successful behavior in the live environment. So we include and we target the audience as live user for user story documentation. Use cases or use case document is a document which we write down how the system will behave, how the system will perform, how the system will react when particular action will be actioned. Okay, it is target audience is system, how the system will respond. Okay, which is known as user interface and user experience, action and reaction. And test case is a document which is written for the perspective of a tester or a quality analyst, manual, or let's say a functional testing, so that a tester can find out all the bugs, all the flaws, all the issues, so that once it goes to the delivery, it should be flawless and bugless. That is the major difference between user story, use case, and test case. ठीक है, Tejas and all. Did you get this point?
Yes, sir.
Sir, would you please repeat this like one more time because I'm a bit confused between
देखो,
user case and
वर्षा,
test case.
यूजर स्टोरी जैसे कि लेट्स से uh, let me show you my screen. ठीक है, वर्षा, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, वर्षा, let's say this is Amazon. You know what is Amazon, right?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, एक हमने डॉक्यूमेंट बनाया था. एक हमने कल डॉक्यूमेंट बनाया था. Let me show it to you. Yeah, user story, search button, and user story, wish list button. ठीक है, this is the user story. So for this search, what will be the user story? That how a live user, ठीक है, or an end user will use this feature. So I'm going to use it with alphabets, with numbers, with special characters, with all of them. Okay. And what will be the acceptance criteria in the live environment? This is user story. Use case means if I am putting in alphabet A, it is giving me all these options. So this is the backend data that has been devised in such a way that the system will respond. So this is different use cases. So I am using the use case as A, then B, then C, then D. So I am typing down each and every use case so that I can get the system's behavior as per the acceptance criteria. And if I am doing the test cases, so I am testing it in such a way that with negative and positive test case and missed test cases. That means I will, as per the user story and use case, I will not only type alphabets only, numbers only, special characters only. I will do everything in order to find all the testing. I will not only use this search button. Just a moment. I will not only use this search button as enter, I will use keyboards enter button as well, this click button as well, this enter button as well, in order to find as many bugs as possible. So this is the difference between user story, use case and test case. ठीक है, Varsha, did you get this point?
Yes, sir, I do.
ठीक है, Varsha, did you get this point and all?
Yes, sir, I do. Thank you.
ठीक है, guys, please make sure that you have the complete and clear understanding. Because user story, use case, and test case are those documents which you create as a business analyst or product manager, or let's say product owner on a daily basis. I, as a product owner as well, I have created multiple and multiple and multiple user stories, use cases, and test cases in order to groom my developers, testers, and designers. Okay. Any other doubt? Any other question? Any other ambiguity? Any other issues? जी.
सर irrespective of the method हम तीनों यूजर स्टोरी यूज केस और टेस्ट केस हम वाटरफॉल में भी और अजाइल में दोनों में बनाएंगे.
देखो, वाटरफॉल में ज्यादातर हमारा BRD और FRD यूजली ही बनता है, या फिर SRS बनता है, क्योंकि वहां वाटरफॉल में हम एक ही बारी में सारे रिक्वायरमेंट्स कर रहे हैं, तो हम एक ही बड़ा डॉक्यूमेंट बना देते हैं from start to end so that we can have the complete requirements. लेकिन agile is partial delivery. ठीक है, flexible है, works on changes, works on enhancement, and works on periodic deliveries. ठीक है, तो periodic means sprint deliveries, और sprint means 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks of delivery. So every 2, 4 or 6 weeks we deliver something. So उसके लिए हम we prepare user stories, use cases, test cases, क्योंकि हम partial and unit features deliver करते हैं. ठीक है, अंकिता नॉल. ठीक है guys, agile and waterfall में you have to make sure that you are using agile methodology, और ये भी बोलना that you have used waterfall for one of the project which was a small project for let's say 6 to 8 months. ठीक है, wherein you have taken all the requirements. It was a easy and simple transition, and you have worked on it, and you have the understanding of waterfall. Okay, otherwise agile is good to go. You can carry on with the agile, wherein you follow 2 to 4 weeks of sprint depending on the complexity. And जो एक workflow होता है, जो एक framework होता है, वो ये है आपका कि once the client is onboarded, you create the revised BRD. Now you have a concrete something as a revised BRD, then you create the project planning, or you do the project planning. In project planning, you are doing it module system. So module by module, you have 13 modules. So for every module, you are doing either project planning, or for complete 13 modules, you have done the project planning. Then as per the project planning, you create the product backlog. Then as per the product backlog, you create the sprint backlog. Then as per the sprint backlog, you do the sprint planning. Then as per the sprint planning, you create the initial user stories or FRDs and use cases, and then a revised user story use cases or FRDs. Then according to the documentation, which is user story, use case, or FRDs, you do the internal grooming session to designers, developers, and testers. And then accordingly, you do the time estimation, resource allocation, ticket prioritization, and task delegation. And then you start the sprint. Then you start the sprint, definition of ready. Then you end the sprint, definition of done. And then you collaborate 3 sprints or 6 sprints for 3 months. And every quarter you are doing the release. With every release, you are doing the sprint demo with user acceptance testing, and with every release or start of the new quarter, you are also doing the requirement gathering directly with the client. And then you start another sprint for another module for another sprint for another release. And you do this vicious cycle every quarter, every sprint, every epic, every milestone, every delivery basis till you have completed it. Once it is done, then you also do the every 3 months or every 6 months customer success management, which means you connect with the client, you give them release notes, you give them FAQs, you give them SOPs, frequently asked questions, and standard operating procedure so that the client will have a proper understanding. Plus, you are also giving them training and educating them that this is how you are using the feature in a rightful manner, in a correct manner, with successful behavior. क्योंकि it's just not that कि you have done the delivery. You have to educate and train the client in order to use the feature and its functionality in the rightful and successful manner. ठीक है, Ankita and all. Did you get this point? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, Rohit.
Yes,
Rohit,
yes.
I do have one question.
Anji Lakan bhai, please.
Recently, in one interviewer asked me one question, like, since you are not from the coding background or the core technical background, so how do you handle situations where there is a clash between the development team and the stakeholders? For example, like when developers say a requirement is too complex or aggressive. So how do you
Mhm.
bridge that gap? And do you take any steps to better understand the technical challenges from your side? So how do we answer this question?
देखो लखन भाई, usually of course these kind of question comes especially when you are directly involved, और ये actually में होता भी है when you are directly involved with the technical team. So the basic idea behind this is to make sure that you are following the protocol. Whatever the you know uh, complexity, whatever the impact analysis, or whatever the feasibility analysis that developer is saying, you make a note of it. जिसको हम एक चेंज रिक्वेस्ट यूजर स्टोरी बोलते हैं या फिर चेंज रिक्वेस्ट डॉक्यूमेंट बोलते हैं. उसके अकॉर्डिंगली आई एज अ बिजनेस एनालिस्ट और आई एज अ प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर आई एस्केलेट द टिकट or assign the ticket to the development lead so that the development lead would be able to understand that the estimation that has been given by the developer side is correct or not correct, whether the explanation or justification in terms of too aggressive requirement, too complicated requirement, too complex requirement, or beyond technical obligation requirement, that can be judged only by the development lead. And then accordingly, if the development lead is resolving it, that is good to go. If not, then the ticket needs to go to product manager or product owner or CTO so that the ticket goes to their side so that they can properly isolate their exact issue in terms of impact and invest analysis so that they can find out that if it is um, unclear justification given by the developer side or it is beyond the technical specification or obligation of our current technology. क्योंकि यहाँ पे as a non-technical or functional business analyst, we cannot directly question the technical specifications given by the development team. So either we can involve the technical lead, or we can involve the solution architect, or we can escalate it to the product owner or CTO with proper documentation and estimation that has been transparently given by the development team so that the concerned person or the escalated person where the ticket has been escalated can properly isolate the issue. ठीक है लखन भाई and all.
Uh, well, I think that's right. But after the when I answered this question, so I got the following question, something like means what more can you do to do better, understand technical challenges and avoid such gaps in the future? That was the next question.
उसमें उसमें लखन भाई जो हम यूजर स्टोरी या फिर यू नो द इंफॉर्मेशन दैट हैज बीन गिवन बाय द डेवलपमेंट टीम, ठीक है, जैसे कि इनिशियली जब हम इस पे पेरोल पे काम कर रहे थे तो वेज रेट कैलकुलेटर पे देयर वाज ओनली डेजिग्नेशन इन्वॉल्व्ड, सो द salaries were calculated as per the designation of an employee, which was incorrect. So we included all the wireframes and all the possibilities via which the wage rate calculator in payroll can be calculated in terms of salaries of each and every employee according to their production hours, according to their location, according to their, designation, according to their number of production hours that they have included. So we need to include each and every wireframe and user story and functional requirements with non-functional requirements, including it as a user story or let's say as a FRD, and then with technical specifications like system requirement, like user interface, logical requirements, and database requirement from the technical team that we get. We include that in our user story or functional requirement, and then we escalate it to the solution architect or product owner or development lead. I mean, जो भी आपको information development team से मिल रही है वो तो आप include कर ही रहे हो, including your own user stories, functional requirements and non-functional requirement that needs to be addressed in that document.
Okay. But as per my understanding, means after these questions, I think like means the interviewer basically they wanted to understand like how we can keep ourselves updated and how can we like understand the technology in terms of if we are collaborating with the technical teams like development and designing team, then we should know the facts. So I think that was the agenda behind those questions.
So भाई देखो उसमें तो as per the ticketing tool जो हम Jira और Confluence बोल रहे हैं उसमें we have a automated notifications options via which each and every activity that is being done in the project that has been designated and assigned to you, you get a notification that developer has updated the ticket, quality analyst team they have completed the ticket, or a business analyst has been assigned a new tickets or new change request or new enhancements. So via this and besides this, we are performing Scrum ceremonies, wherein in daily Scrums we are taking the updates from the team as well as individuals. So that's how we can get top-notch updated as per the project goals and sprint goals.
Okay.
And for
Actually,
client, we
the
have the
reason,
documents.
yeah, the reason why I'm asking is like the both the interviewers, they were like the software engineers. They are not from the like the business analyst or project manager or product manager. They both
तो
were
इसीलिए वो
from the
ज्यादा
technical.
टेक्निकल पे आ रहे थे.
Right, right, right. So my question is like means is it mandatory for us to learn the programming languages like the basic
नहीं नहीं
understandings
भाई
of these things or what?
वो तो even if I would say that is really next to impossible to learn it in 1 month, 2 month, 3 months time
Mhm.
from the programming perspective. हाँ ये है कि from the basic understanding कि हाँ if something or some terminologies or jargons or some basic understanding if needs to be addressed, then you should be able to understand at least the basics that how actually it works. तो उस
Okay,
लेवल पे थोड़ी
that
बेसिक
is
अंडरस्टैंडिंग आपको होनी
that
चाहिए.
is what I understand. Okay, but like as we see, like there are different like means we can say the role. Like if we are working as a product manager, then there is a technical product manager. Then what is the difference between product manager and technical product manager?
या देखो प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर तो आपका ऐसे टेक्निकल प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर वैसे तो फ्रॉम माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर इज प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर हु टेक्स केयर ऑफ द कंप्लीट प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ टेक्निकल एंड फंक्शनल वन. So he or she should have the understanding in terms of technical. लेकिन अब वो specifically there is a product manager and then there is a technical product manager. तो product manager revolves around the client, product owner, and with the complete project goals and the new customizations and enhancements, updates and proposals from the client side. And being a technical product manager, if they have the same technical product manager over here in the same company, then the technical product manager is more or less like a development lead or solution architect or leading the technical team, which revolves around only the technical specifications, the system requirement specifications within the project or product.
Okay.
ठीक है लखन भाई all.
जी. Thank you.
ठीक है. ठीक है guys, all right. Tomorrow Akash will take care of the session and will start the technical sessions from his side and will carry on with the consecutive point of discussion. ठीक है. All right guys, thank you so
Sir,
much for your time.
At what time? At what time
3 p.m.
Akash sir will take the class?
I guess it would be 3 p.m. or if any time changes, then I'll inform in the morning.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Stay safe and be safe. Have a great day. I'll upload this recording right away. All right, guys. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you, Rohit. Bye.
Take care, guys.